Right now, thousands of pensioners across the UK are about to find out something that could change how much money lands in their bank account this winter, and most of them still don't know which number applies to them. Is it £100, 200, or the full 300? Stay with me, because the answer is not as simple as you think. Before we go further, welcome. This channel exists to cut through confusion and bring you clear, honest updates on the money that matters to you and your family. So here is what's actually happening. The winter fuel payment for 2026 to 2027 has just been confirmed, and there's a new detail buried inside it that a lot of people are going to miss. It isn't just about age anymore. It isn't just about being a pensioner. There's a specific date, a specific week, and a specific set of circumstances that decide whether you walk away with £300 or nothing at all. And here's where it gets interesting. The government has quietly built in a window most people don't even know exists. Let's start with the basics, because you need this foundation before the real detail hits you. If you were born on or before the 27th of June 1960, you are in the frame for this payment. That single date is now the line in the sand. Miss it, and the door closes. Meet it, and you're in line for support worth between £100 and £300, depending on your exact situation. But here's the part that surprises people. It's not just your birth date that decides the number. It's also who you live with, whether you're in a care home, and whether you've claimed a payment like this before. Stay with me, because this next part changes everything. If you live alone, or nobody in your household qualifies alongside you, and you were born between the 28th of September 1946 and the 27th of June 1960, you're looking at £200. But if you were born before the 28th of September 1946, that figure jumps to £300. Two different birth windows. Two completely different outcomes, and most people watching this right now have never actually checked which window they fall into. But here's where things start to get serious. If you live with someone else who also qualifies, your payment could be reduced, split, or adjusted depending on their age and their benefits. Someone under state pension age but under 80 living with you changes the number. Someone 80 or older living with you changes it again. This is the part almost nobody talks about, because on the surface, winter fuel payment sounds like one simple fixed amount for everyone. It isn't. It's a system with layers, and if you don't know which layer applies to you, you could end up receiving far less than you're actually entitled to, or worse, missing it altogether. And this is what most people are not being told. There's now a group of pensioners who, this year, will receive an automatic and immediate £100 increase. If you've reached state pension age but you're still under 80, your payment has been lifted from £200 straight up to £300. That's not a rumor. That's confirmed. But wait, it gets even more surprising, because while this increase is landing in a lot of accounts without anyone lifting a finger, there's a completely different group who will get nothing this year unless they act first. Let that sink in for a second. Some people get more money automatically, others get nothing at all, unless they personally step in and make a claim. And the difference between those two groups isn't luck, it's information. It's knowing which category you fall into before the deadline quietly passes you by. So who are these people at risk of missing out completely? Two groups specifically. If you've never claimed a winter fuel payment before, the system doesn't know you exist yet, and it won't automatically send you anything. And if you've deferred your state pension since your last payment, that action alone can knock you out of the automatic system too. In both cases, you have to come forward. You have to make the claim yourself. No letter is going to chase you down for this one. And if you wait too long, thinking it will just sort itself out the way it always has, it won't. This is the part that catches people off guard every single year. Now, this could affect your future in ways you didn't expect, especially if your income sits above a certain line. Here's something a lot of pensioners don't realize until it's already happened to them. If your income goes over £35,000 a year, HM Revenue and Customs doesn't just let you keep the full payment quietly, they claw it back. Usually, this happens through your tax code, spread out over the following tax year, so it shows up as a slightly higher deduction each month rather than one big bill. But stay with me, because there's a shift coming that changes even this. From the 27 to 28 tax year, HMRC is planning to recover this money in advance instead of after the fact. That means, for some people, the monthly deduction could temporarily double. A payment that would normally cost you around £17 a month in repayments could jump to around £33 a month before dropping back down the following year. It's temporary, but if you're not expecting it, that kind of sudden change to your monthly income can feel like a shock out of nowhere. And just when people think they understand this system, they miss one key detail. Since the 1st of April 2026, you've actually been allowed to opt out of the winter fuel payment altogether. If you know your income is going to sit comfortably above that threshold and you'd rather avoid the repayment process completely, you can now choose not to receive it in the first place. Most people don't even know this option exists. So let's bring this together, because by now your mind is probably racing through your own situation, trying to work out where you land in all of this. Here's how it actually works, step by step, in plain, simple terms. The qualifying week for winter 2026 to 2027 runs from the 21st to the 27th of September. Whatever your circumstances are during that exact week, your age, who you live with, your benefits, that's what determines your payment. Not before, not after, that specific week. If you already receive your state pension or the right benefits, and your details are up to date, the system does the work for you. A letter arrives in October or November telling you exactly how much you're getting and which account it's going into, usually the same one your pension credit or other benefit already uses. No form, no phone call, no stress. But if you're one of the two groups we talked about, never claimed before, or deferred your pension since your last payment, that letter isn't coming automatically. You need to reach out yourself, through the Winter Fuel Payment Center, before the door closes. And here's a small but important warning, because scams tend to follow real government payments like a shadow. You will never be asked for your bank details by text or email for this payment. If a message like that lands in your inbox or your phone, it isn't the government. It's someone hoping confusion about a real payment will make you drop your guard for a moment. Just a moment is all they need. Now, stay with me for the part that ties everything together, because this is where a lot of people finally understand why this year feels different from every year before it. The rules haven't just adjusted slightly. The eligibility age has shifted, the automatic increase to £300 has landed for a specific group, the option to opt out is brand new, and the way HMRC claws back overpayments is about to change shape completely. None of these are small, quiet updates. Together, they reshape who actually benefits, who needs to act, and who could lose out simply by assuming nothing has changed. That's the real story here. Not one single headline number, but a shifting system where £300, £200, or £100 all depend on details that are easy to overlook if you're not paying close attention. Your birth date, your household, your income. Whether you've claimed before, every one of those threads pulls you toward a different outcome. If you've made it this far, you now understand something most people watching casual headlines still don't. This isn't just a number to glance at and forget. It's a system with real consequences for real households this winter, and knowing exactly where you stand could be the difference between money quietly arriving in your account or a payment that never comes at all because nobody stepped forward to claim it. Stay aware, check your own circumstances against that qualifying week, and don't leave this to chance. Subscribe, stay informed, and stay one step ahead of the next update.